Hello there, I'm John McLauchlan. Welcome to another episode of Seven Figure Interviews. I'm here in central London with Chris and Susan Beesley. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm here with Chris and Susan Beesley. Now, we're here in central London. Chris and Susan Beesley came on the scene a few years ago, really sort of hit the ground running, and one of the things they really excel at is relationship building. So Chris and Susan, first of all, thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
No problem.
One of the things about relationship building is something that a lot of people try and do, but you seem to be experts at it. Just tell me a little bit more about what you do.
Oh, experts. Well, it's something we've learnt over time, and I guess it's a throwback to our time as management consultants when we had our own business, and that's how in the old days we built our business. It was referral marketing, networking, all those breakfast meetings and all that kind of stuff.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
And we built really good relationships with people. So when we came online, we asked our mentor the one thing that he thought would help us differentiate what we were doing from everybody else. And we sat down and we went through everything, and he said, you know what you're really good at is networking and building relationships with people, because that's how you've built your traditional business. You can do that online too. And that is exactly what we did, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the important thing about it is that when you're building a business, and it doesn't matter whether you're online or offline, but the important thing is that people get to know, like and trust you. And the only way that they can do that is if you build a relationship with them. They get to know you before you even start saying, buy my stuff, to put it simply. You know, it doesn't work like that. And that was one of the biggest problems that we found with these breakfast meetings. People used to stand up and do their one minute elevator pitch and sort of, sling their cards out around the table. And of course, everybody used to pick the cards up, and there was a big rubbish bin on the door on the way out, and everybody just used to chuck the cards in. Why? Because nobody had a relationship with anybody. Yeah. So that's what you need to do. It's build the relationship first, because people then are attracted to you, and you're not going around chasing everybody, every lead that comes in the door. You're not going around saying, buy my stuff, and trying to convince people. Because as soon as you try and convince people, what happens? The walls go up.
Yep.
Because you're trying to sell to them, and they don't want to know. So you build the relationship, people get to know what you do, and when they're ready to buy, they come and ask you.
Exactly, and let me add to that, John, because I think it's really important for anyone watching this is, well, how do you do that in the internet and web age? Realistically, it is much easier to do now than it ever was before, because we have social media. People go, oh, social media, I hate it, but you shouldn't hate it, you should love it with a passion, and especially Facebook you should love with a passion, because that is where you can build that relationship with people by adding value to them, bringing them into your life, getting them to know, like and trust you, just like Chris said. And that's the one place to do it, because you're very visible. Video, of course, like this video series that you're doing here. It's a fantastic way for people. They're going to get to know you through this video, interviewing us and interviewing other people. That's a great way to build relationships too. So yeah, that's what we love doing.
With social media, there seems to be, I think, a fine line between people who try to do what you do very successfully and kind of spamming. You know, where you kind of get online with somebody and they go, hey, how are you? And you think, oh, here we go, there's another. So what's the kind of secret that you've adopted? So it becomes more of a relationship with a genuine interest, as opposed to someone that's just trying to.
Okay. Well, I think I would tell you what I do, and let's refer to Facebook, if I may, because that is realistically the place where it's best to do it, apart from YouTube.
Of course, a lot of people watching this are on Facebook
as
well.
Absolutely. And that's research. We've been teaching here in a mastermind today about the importance of research. You need to research the person that you're talking to. So if you want to approach someone and offer them something, for example, which is what a lot of people do under the title of spamming, unfortunately, they haven't done the research. They haven't gone and looked at who you are, what it is that you do, and how you present your business. So they immediately are assuming you want to buy whatever it is they're selling without knowing if you would ever have an interest, whether you have a problem that they can solve or anything. So immediately, like Chris has said earlier, the walls go up and you say no thank you very much. Whereas if you found something that is of interest to the person that you're approaching, that they're passionate about, and you approach it in that way, suddenly you've got a whole different scenario going on. So let's take, for example, if someone researched us and wanted to approach us, they would go and look at our Facebook timeline, they'd click on our about, they'd see things like we love, our hobbies are skiing and going on beautiful travel places all over the world. That is a great entree into that first conversation. Oh, I saw you were in Arizona the other day. What were you doing there? Asking us a question. We would reply. They can then ask us a question, and so on and so forth, until you get to the point where you're building this relationship. You're not trying to sell anything at this point, and at some point in the future, you might come back and say, I've got something that might be of interest to you.
I think the thing there is that the relationship is not built in one conversation.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, you have this conversation about, say, oh, you've been to Arizona, what were you doing there? Oh, I've been there. And so you have this conversation, and then it might just go away for a day, a week, a month, or whatever. And then something pops up and you think, oh, I'll go and talk to Chris and Susan about that. And so you build that relationship again. There's another commonality. And then eventually somebody might say, oh, I've got a solution for you because you asked me about that. This might help you.
Yeah.
And that relationship builds. But remember, it's not going to build from day one in the first 5 minutes. You know, I mean, we've had people who, I mean, there's actually somebody in this room who I think followed us for about 3 years, who didn't even know they existed until all of a sudden one day they popped up. So, you know, and asked a question, and, you know, we become good friends. But it takes a long time. It's all about when the person you're talking to is ready to buy what you've got on offer, not about you trying to force it on them because it suits you.
And give value, give value, give value. Can I just expand on that? Just
Absolutely.
a conversation I had yesterday. We put a post out on Facebook about somewhere that we would love to go and travel to, somewhere on our bucket list, which is Bora Bora. And whenever we go to an event and someone says, oh, what's the one place you'd love to go to? And it's always Bora Bora. And we got chatting, and this guy said, oh, I'm so inspired by you guys. You're always travelling all over the world. And I got into a bit of a conversation just on our timeline, no private message or anything. And he said, you know, I'm trying to show people in Africa how network marketing could really help them start a business, show them how they can generate some extra income, etc., etc. And the conversation carried on just on our timeline. And he said, have you got any ideas or anything that can help me? So I said, look, let me send you a private message. So I sent him a private message. Look, if there's anything I can do to help you, we're passionate about education for children in India as much as you're passionate about showing entrepreneurism to your people in Africa. What can I do to help you? And he said, oh, some training would be awesome. So I said, well, funnily enough, I've actually got a library of training that I could send you. It's absolutely free. You can use it yourself and you can show it to your people. Wow, I just had a message just come through now. I just saw it while we were here. I'm so grateful to you guys for giving this to me. Sometime in the future, he may well want something else that we're able to help him with. And that may be years in the future.
But you're now his go-to person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You've got to put yourself out there for that. So I hope that example helps.
Fantastic. I mean, fantastic information. I mean, again, you know, you're looking at information from people who are actually in the business and developing the business. So once again, thank you so much, Chris and Susan Beesley. I'm John McLauchlan. We'll speak soon.